Beep, beep. What is up, ninjas? My name is Sam World. It's a sunny day, and today we're going to be looking at a brand new pack I finished for you guys called Odyssey. Now, Odyssey, the goal of it is to bring to you guys the sound of drum and bass with a huge selection of presets for Serum and Vital, as well as samples. Now, I know most of you guys are making tech house and techno, but my goal with this pack was to create a very versatile drum and bass pack with sounds from different parts of the drum and bass world, so that maybe some of you tech house and techno DJs with the spirit of adventure can explore some of these sounds, helping you create more unique music and obviously create moments in your tracks. In Odyssey, you're gonna find basses and Reeses. So there's gonna be a lot of basses in this pack, especially because drum and bass is a very broad genre. You have the melodic side and then you have the more harder side. Now for the basses, you're gonna find a combination of jump up style basses, and as you guys saw, I'm moving a couple of the mods in the presets, which you guys know I love to put in my sounds to help you guys create moments and of course give you guys a little bit of freedom in doing your own little bit of sound design for your tracks. And the basses, we're also going to find other types of bass sounds from sustained basses that sound like Águila del Monte, which is going to be a Camo and Crooked track. This one's inspired by the bass at the bottom. From there, hitters. If you run an amp to the sound, and of course make sure that you're a good producer and remove the reverbs from the presets. You can run amp on these kind of sounds to create really sick guitar sounding kind of bass shots, which you hear a lot in modern drum and bass. So that's what these basses are for. We tried our best to kind of get it with the patch, but again, with Serum just utilizing, it's very hard to do that. So just keep that in mind with some of these sounds. You can run the amps. And of course, in the bass, you're going to find some very interesting basses, which are a little bit more kind of like drum and bass and dubsteppy, with mods to create moments. So the idea of these would be you're going to be playing something, okay, and you can create moments with them. Of course, you can also shoot them off here and there, because one of the things about making music, if you're trying to make ear candy, a lot of the times it's better to do it with the existing patches that you have, because a lot of the time this will always lead to new ear candy moments that are usable and feel like they fit the track. So just going through some of the presets, you can see how they're a little all over the place. Here's a dubsteppy one. Again, mod. So that you can shift the sound. A lot of these mods, also I recommend you modulate them if you find something cool that you like. Now here we have a BA called Hidden 808. Now a lot of times when I'm working on these presets, I'll be going through the beatport charts for drum and bass just to make sure I'm making up-to-date sounds. But at the same time, I'm also looking at Spotify playlists that are up there in terms of how many likes they have to kind of generate stuff that the consumer likes. This is going to be one of the 808s. It has nothing to do with being a drum and bass sound, but it's used in drum and bass music, so maybe that makes it. It's going to have a long release, but you can also make it sound a little chill. And of course, since we're making a drum and bass pack, again, just moving some of these mod wheels to create moments with it. So again, there's a lot of hidden hidden mods that will turn these sounds from yeah to yeah. Here's BA Lava Sound, which is inspired by a Gaidra track. I think that's her name, but so again, a lot of really cool stuff with the basses. Those are just some of the iceberg guys. There's a shit ton of good ones in there. Here, I'm going to put this one called Transformers Love. Make it go fast if you want. Michael Bay, call me if you need a sound designer though. From there we have 4 effects. Not a lot of love shown to them, but again, I feel a lot of people with effects, you just go and grab samples. But here's a couple. We're just gonna have the bass dropper. Okay. From there we have, I believe, the hand cymbal. You hear this a lot in like the drum and bass that's very dark. I don't know what genre it is, but it always has this. Some really cool. All right, it's having fun with those. Okay, from there we move on to noisy cut. We made this one during the live stream. It has this really cool mod as an Easter egg in there, but the idea of this sound is we heard a track, I forgot the name of it, which had this very interesting percussive transient element on top. They hear this with a kick, I don't know, but it worked in that track. But there you go, ear candy moments with this one. Okay, so from there we're gonna move on to the leads. Now there's gonna be a lot of leads in this one as well. The leads are gonna range from melodic, drum and bass, and of course in the bass section we also have some melodic rollers and stuff, which they're gonna be titled that way. But at the leads, again, all over the place in terms, we have some very nasty jump up ones, as well as some beautiful ones for metric style music, to some really nasty shit. For instance, this one was made yesterday. You get the idea. Inspired by Reaper, lead Woolly Mammoth and Lion, Foggy Love. That's what we called it, but I think you know why. Yeah, it's a very massive sound. So anyways, we're gonna have leads like that, which are gonna be like the melodic drum and bass guys will be like, what the hell's going on here? While the guys that want to like tear down the club are gonna be, oh yeah. Okay, anyways, we have the first one called Activate Turbo. A really cool sound. Was trying to remake it, but after realizing Turno likes to resample a lot, I knew it was impossible, so I tried my best to get close to the vibe that he has, which is a very lazy solid, which again, using Portamento high. Next song we have is a remake, and again, most of these will be remakes of popular songs. It's very hard to get it, nail it exactly with Serum without post-processing, but that's the goal, and that's why you're supporting this pack, is because we're trying our best to get it for you guys so that it's as simple as putting it in the track, putting maybe a bit of OTT, and you're set to go. Now this one is going to be called Breathalyzer, and it's going to be inspired by a track. All I have to do is play this. Look in the Beatport's top 10 and you will find the track. I forgot who it's by. But again, this is going to be one of those. It has a tone. Yep, we can get rid of that sequence. So all we have is... Again, mods, just move them around as you place them and stuff will happen. So I know this one you got to activate as you play. Okay, some cool opportunities there. So those are going to be some of the leads. Again, there's going to be a ton, and on the website you will find recreations. For instance, there's a solar system one. There's some metric acid sounds. We got sounds like ravey stuff, you know, so it's pretty cool. Check them out. All right, guys, those are going to be some of the leads. Now we're going to move on to the Reese's in the pack, which is going to be one of the sections. I feel like I'm missing a couple, but I'll show you. Make it wide. Verse effect. Oh my god. Again, very nasty sounds, guys. And again, the movement is created from the detunement that is applied on the sauce. Here's a Reese I got added last minute called Chill Out. Again, for the guys making the chill drum and bass. But you know there's a mod in there to destroy that beauty. But a lot of this sound, it's just FM, but it's put in a wavetable, so it makes it a lot easier to program that nice, beautiful movement, which makes you feel like still you're in Mario Water World. Here's one we made yesterday, inspired by Urban Dawn, called Gaping Fart. The idea is all right, sounds cool. Again, there's mods. Evan, you can activate that. So let's say you're doing. You can get fancy too. We can ruin the beautiful uniqueness of this by detuning. It's a very cool sort of sound. A little bit more love with post-processing. We'll get this sound sounding fat as shit. Here's one for the kids. There's a lot of Reese's like this I heard in some of these drum and bass songs, which are, I think Ableton knows better. It lowered the volume down on it, but it's going to be a lot of cool Reese's for you guys to explore. You can check out some of the demos on the website. But here's one that isn't that hardcore. It's based on a Chase and Status track that I heard where it sounds like a tuba reed. It's going to be one of the more tame ones. You can make it a single tube. Which are going to allow us to do cool stuff. From there, the rest of the presets in Serum will be pads and plucks, which are going to be pretty standard. I feel like with this stuff, the only difference between drum and bass and some of the other genres is that the leads are just a little more pushed. But there's going to be nice one. There was a Martin Garrix pluck in there. It's a nice contrast to have, though, because we just went from all right, guys, so those are going to be some of the Serum presets. Now, from there, I'm going to show you guys some of the Vital ones, which is going to be a new for Sam World Evil Sounds. Now, the Vital ones, there's going to be, I believe, a total of 40 for you guys to utilize. And then from there, we're going to get into some of the samples. From there, we're gonna have some of the lead. Lead delta. Again, just moving. We should probably lower down the legato on that. So again, this side of the pack is going to be pretty much all drum and bass to fucking party, as I said. So those are going to be some of the leads, guys. And of course, we're going to have Reese. So... unlimited power. So there's going to be a lot of presets in the pack, guys, and you're going to find that all there. Now, again, these presets, well, they are going to be drum and bass inspired, and I know a lot of you guys make tech house and techno. A lot of them can be used in techno, I'll give it that. For tech house, well, we're going to need a Steve Jobs in that genre to really make it work, but hopefully you guys can find some of these sounds usable and support the channel and use them in your own tracks. With that being said, we're going to go to the last section of the pack, which is the sample pack. Now in the pack, you're going to find a little bit of stuff, again, for you guys to utilize. If you're in Ableton, there's going to be a couple of racks that you can utilize. For instance, here we have the Reese Destruction rack, which we can use on this really sick standard Reese that we had called Reese's Pieces, which makes it sound like so. So it's going to be an effects rack, as you can see. You can copy it if you want, but it's going to be there. All you have to do is drag and drop from the folder, as you can see there, and it's as simple as that. From there, you're also going to have preset racks, and these are just going to be like 6 of them, where we've gotten some of the presets from Vital and Serum. We've ran them through some processing so you guys can utilize them. For instance, the Rough Rider one. It's going to be processed like so. If we remove some of the process, it sounds kind of normie, so make sure to study it if you like the way that it sounds. There's also going to be this little rack here called a disperser, which you can see, which is just a bunch of EQ3s, proving the fact that digital EQs do mess with your phase of your frequencies when you do cuts and stuff. So again, just even having them on, you can see. And we have these little low cuts and high cuts that are occurring, create the effect. So you might want to be wary when you're processing that way. But again, it's done in a very extreme format. So who knows? No one's going to run like 20 EQs like that. Here's one more. From there, we can input the MIDI from here. From there, we have the top loops. Now from there, we're going to have bass loops, and this is the first time we're doing these sort of bass loops, which are sick. The idea is that we're going to have, I believe, a total of 20 around there. Now you can abuse these, which is totally fine because you are supporting the pack, which means just put a drum loop, put it, and then just drop that in and enjoy it. However, what I recommend you guys do is if you have a track and you're looking for ear candy or responses, to grab parts that you like from and then maybe we like this, and this is what we need for our track. Then you can use it like so. You can put it to the desired effect. And again, that's the idea of these. So here are some of the previews for it. I promise we didn't rip off Mick Gordon on these, so, but they sound good, right? And again, it's just all amp processing, like I explained to you guys before, running some of the patches that we have in Serum and Vital. They're just an amp, and there you go, which, you know, reminds me I need to make a video on that. Okay, cool. From there, build loops, which are going to be, again, more fully fledged. buildup. So instead of just having snares, it's going to be kicks and whatnot. Now, what I recommend you guys do is if you're going to be working with these and have a song in mind, do switch out the kick in the loop for your kick so that there's cohesiveness in there. Again, simple to do. From there, we do have a few melodic loops. Of course, we're going to have effects. For transitions, let's say you have some crazy ass thing going on. Like for instance here, we can just do... That's what they're for. Risers, again, all of this stuff is for you to be able to transition properly. Okay, just the standard love stuff. From there, we do have the one shots in the pack, which are going to be drums and some bass shots. Okay, so use them as you please. And of course, we have the drums, like kicks. I think my favorite one is the Skyline one. I really like the snares. Now, if you ask me, the only snare a pack should need is this one. But of course, you know, we do want to add a little bit of love. So that's why you get a little bit of variety with the snares and kicks, even though sometimes some of them might sound a little like, yeah, the point is for you to layer them if possible as well. Toms. And close hats. Other than that, guys, that's going to be pretty much the pack. There's going to be MIDI as well, which is going to be the bass MIDI, your chord MIDI, and some melody MIDI there for you guys to utilize. All right, guys, and that is going to be Odyssey, a new drum and bass pack, which you can find over at evilsounds.com. It was a lot of fun to create it, but I'm not going to lie, it's probably one of the hardest preset packs I've had to make, as, you know, a days of work was just maybe making 10 presets at a time. So hopefully the hard work shows off. Hopefully there's some sounds in here which you guys enjoyed and want to use in your own music. And again, you can find this over at evilsounds.com. This has been Odyssey. Thank you guys for the support over the years, and I'll catch you guys next time for another video. Much love, peace out, and you guys have a great rest of your day.